Why hello there and welcome back to HQ. Now I know that I said in the last video that I was going to be doing 2 videos a week, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday, so I am here showing up on Thursday, but I'm also realizing that that was a totally terrible idea because I simply do not have the spoons to show up that many times a week. So I am going to be here once a week on Mondays. Yay, everyone clap. Now, I am going to try to keep my videos to 25 minutes or under, and we'll see how that goes. But what I am going to do is just talk to you about what's going on here at HQ, and I'm going to show you some of the things that I found and some of my favorite things, and we're just gonna hang out for a little bit. So last time I promised you that I was going to introduce you to my office assistants, Sweet Manatee and Henry. So first, this is Sweet Manatee. Now, I absolutely love her. This was a gift from one of my friends, and I think she's actually intended for babies. She is filled with beans and she's kind of heavy. Her tag on it says that it's a warmie, and you can put her into the microwave for a little bit and those beads get warm. And then she is also tragically scented like lavender. And I say tragically because lavender gives me headaches. Now, it has been enough time with Sweet Manatee that she does not smell strongly of lavender unless you microwave her. So I can hold her sometimes. And my favorite thing to do, because she is heavy, she is weighted, is to put her on my shoulder because, I don't know, it just feels comforting to have the weight of her on my shoulder. When the lavender gets too overwhelming or I get too warm, then she sits on the chair and observes everything that's going on here. But if you have anxiety, let me know what your favorite plushies are or your favorite comfort objects, because I really love Sweet Manatee. Now, Henry is quite large. I lost his glasses. This is Henry. I'm going to raise him to see if you can. Oh, that's right. I do not even remember where we picked up Henry. I have best friends that I have known since high school, and we get together. Oh, Henry, you are a mess. But that's all right. It's all right. We get together twice a year, every year, and this will be, actually next week will be year 26 of us doing that. And at one of those get-togethers, we picked up Henry, and if you look very closely, you can see that Henry has his very own unicorn best friends necklace, which we all got at that get-together, and he has his bow tie and his absolutely fabulous glasses. And he is bigger than my 25-pound Boston Terrier. So again, with the anxiety, oh my gosh, he is absolutely delightful for squeezing, perfect for a hug. And sometimes he sits on top of the fridge and sometimes he sits in the corner. I think the cleaning people probably wonder what the hell is going on in here, but that's okay, right? It keeps us on our toes. So that is Henry and Sweet Manatee, my two office assistants, because I am a people person. I like interacting, and even though I know that they're technically stuffed animals, I feel like they have personalities and I talk to them, and you know, it gives me something to do during the day. Now, speaking of things to do during the day, I actually just found this self-adhesive shelf liner, which takes me back to middle school. And as an elder millennial, actually the eldest of the millennials, the only millennials older than me were the ones who were born before October of '81. But this delights me, and I am actually going to put it on the shelf back here. And you can see that when it is done later. I have been working on decorating my office and making it a really comfortable place to be. Now, I'm still learning as far as YouTube goes and video creation goes, figuring out how to do all the fun technical things that you see where people put, a video up on screen, or clipping in other pieces of videos and all of those sorts of things. I know that it's not really difficult technically, but I just have so much that I'm doing because I am the editor-in-chief, I am the founder, I am in some cases the writer, the layout designer, the social media planner, the social media maker, the video maker, like anything that you would have at a small indie publication. I am wearing all of those hats right now. And speaking of hats, oh, I absolutely love headbands with the little things on them. And I wear them sometimes here at work, but I cannot wear them all the time, tragically, because I get headaches and it doesn't matter, And I love glasses, and you might have seen those in my last video, but I have just absolutely not figured out how to do camera without having my glasses on camera. So if anybody has any idea how to deal with that, I am all ears. Now, in preparation for this video, I was actually digging around in some of my drawers, and oh my goodness, I found this bookmark. Don't worry, be Cappy. And it's got this cute little bead on it. Delightful. I actually bought it so that I can bookmark the magazines. Now, here's something that's really sad to me. Used to be, back in my day, you could walk into just about any store, including places like Walmart, and they would just have tons of magazines, so many magazines to choose from, and it just isn't that way anymore. Wichita is one of the biggest cities in Kansas at close to, I don't know, just under 500,000 people, and there I can find magazines at their bookstores. So when I go to visit my mother, I always pick up a magazine because I love to see. I'm a very tactile person, and I would love for Fashionable Nation to be a print magazine at some point, but the cost that is involved with something like that is just absolutely insane, and it's a lot for just one person. So that is a future dream, but I do love to look at the magazines because I grew up reading zines and also teen magazines, the ones, oh my gosh, does anybody remember those magazines like Teen Bop, where they would have pictures of celebrities that you could pull out and hang up on your wall, and we all thought, oh, they're so dreamy. I grew up with that, and it makes me nostalgic for these things. And so I love to look at magazines and see how they're put together and the layouts to give me ideas for how to make the magazine better. I'm also always looking for people to submit their work to the magazine, because the whole point of this magazine is to give a platform to people who traditionally don't see themselves in media, people who think, I don't know if my art counts, and it does. It does count. It is good enough. So don't ever be afraid to submit something to Fashion Rebel Nation, because even if we do not choose to print it in a particular issue, we respect it hardcore. We are never going to laugh at you or make fun of you. Oh my God, I can't believe this person sent this. No, I like jump up and down and scream with enthusiasm when people submit things, because it's like, look, all of our plans are coming to fruition. It is becoming, and it is just so exciting. So never ever be afraid to submit things to the magazine. I actually have a link in the description of this video for you to submit work, art, poetry, photography, essays, short stories, the whole shebang. You can go check that out in the comment section, not comment section, Oh, the little box that's at the bottom. See, this is something that I do all the time. My brain just spaces. And some of that could be because I'm middle-aged, and some of it I'm sure is health related. I still haven't heard back on my blood test yet. We're waiting for those. So we shall see what happens. Right now, I am working on specific pieces for issue 7, which is going to come out in September, because my husband has agreed to be the very part-time copy editor because he does have a second full-time day job, which helps us to pay the bills. But he got a master's degree in English, and copy editing was actually what he considered doing before he got his day job 15 years ago. So he has told me that he will copy edit Fashion Rebel Nation, but only if I promise to give it to him with enough leeway or enough head time to actually do his job well, because he says, I don't want my name on the magazine as copy editor if you're going to have all these mistakes in it and not give me time to correct it. So I ideally will have issue 7 finished by the beginning of August, so that we can collect the submissions from other people to put into the magazine, and it will give him plenty of time to do the copy editing before it comes out in September, excuse me. So the last issue that just came out on July 3rd, that one I was supposed to have done in this fashion. It should have been done at the very beginning of June, but that is not what happened. I have been really struggling with my mental health lately, and a lot of that has to do with the state of our world right now, and also the state of my health. It is hard to juggle these things sometimes, and my brain is very fixated on, oh my God, we're dying, which, you know, we're all dying technically, but not necessarily in the inevitable and very tangible current sense. So hopefully that's not what's going on with me. But I have not stayed on task, on track, the way that I want to. And so I'm trying really hard to do this for July. Now, at this point in this week, I was hoping to have finished the cover, and I'm very proud because I did get the cover laid out. I'm actually trying something new for the cover of issue 7. And then yesterday I was supposed to finish the sticker sheet, because issue 6 is the first one that does not have a printable sticker sheet in it. And the reason for that is I simply ran out of spoons, and we had some great content, so I just let that piece slide. But I'm making sure that it comes back for issue 7, and I'm really just letting myself go wild with it. Again, if I could show you on screen, I totally would. I would put something right here, and once I figure it out, I will be unstoppable. But I am playing around, and I am having a lot of fun, because I want to clarify for anyone who hasn't heard this spiel yet, we do everything we can to not use AI art. And what I mean by everything we can is that I do use stock photos that are in Canva, and I purchase clip art from places like Creative Marketplace. Now, before AI, when you purchased things off of Creative Marketplace, or you used the assets in Canva, you were getting photography and art that was created by people. And you knew that it was human hands that had created it. Now AI is infiltrating everything, and sometimes you can tell just by looking at it that it's AI, and sometimes you can't. So that's what I mean by saying we do everything that we can to try to ensure that we're using human created art. Now, some of the things are mine sometimes, but I'm still learning Procreate on my iPad and my pencil. I'm very, very new at it, and it is not a top priority right now with everything else that has to be done around these parts. So the sticker sheet is me combining elements, putting things together, changing colors, and doing lots of fun things to create stickers. I love stickers. And it is, yes, it is a digital magazine, but I format these to print on Avery 2-inch labels, because when you purchase a copy of the magazine, you get a PDF, and so you could print that if you so choose to, and I'm having a lot of fun with the sticker sheet. Today, I was supposed to be working on the playlist. That is something that appeared in the first couple of issues and then dropped off, and I'm wanting to bring it back. Our playlist is where we search for new artists, indie artists. I started using something called Bandcamp. And if you've never heard of it, you should definitely go check it out. Bandcamp is a place where you can find music and even purchase music, and the money goes straight into the pockets of the indie people who are creating it. So Bandcamp is a really cool place to look for music, and that is what I linked. I think the last issue that we had it in was issue 4. I believe issue 4 used Bandcamp. So playlist. Now, I did not get the sticker sheet finished. I have not even started on the playlist for today, and I'm looking up over off screen to my list of things that need to be done. And then I was supposed to be working on the Rebel Clubhouse feature, which I am super excited about this Rebel Clubhouse. Now, the very first issue that we featured Rebel Clubhouse in was issue 5. And in that one, I gave you a project, an art project to do. And this is something that can be done with community. The idea is to make it easier for you to get together with people and take away the element of deciding what to do. And so there was a really fun art project, and there was an example, and there was even a recipe for a snack. It was super fun. However, I upped the ante for issue 6, and I changed it a little bit. And so yes, we have an activity to do with your community, but what I did instead is I created a script, so that if you, say, for example, still use Facebook and you wanted to create an event for your community, you could literally copy and paste the script for the activity into an event. And I also created like a graphic for a Facebook event, and this is all accessible through the issue. Because it's digital, there's clickable links in there, and so you can go and see the graphic that I've already created, and you can edit it in the Canva template for yourself and then download it. So you could, within a couple of minutes, be able to make the event online, pick a time, pick a place, and then share it with all your friends, and then go do the actual activity. And then I made the second page is a flyer. So you could literally use the Canva template for that, just alter whatever you wanted to in the flyer, and then it is literally just a printable flyer. You could either digitally share it, or you could literally print it off and hand it out to people and hang it up places. And then the final page of the Rebel Clubhouse is organizer instructions. So it gives you a whole bunch of ideas and to make it completely as painless as possible, so that if you want to have an event, even if it's just 2 people, 10 people, 20 people, but you want to get together in your community and you're not sure what to do, the Rebel Clubhouse says, here's this idea, here is a template for it, here is a copy and paste template for a Facebook event, here is a printable, editable flyer for the event, and then here's instructions for actually having the event. And I'm super excited about the activity that I have planned for issue 7. It involves guerrilla art, so I think that would be super fun. However, like I said, I haven't finished the sticker sheet. I'm behind on the playlist, and it does not look like I'm going to make it to that Rebel Clubhouse tomorrow. And this is kind of the way things go. I get a little bit behind, and then a little bit more behind, and then sometimes it snowballs. But you know what? Every time we get the issue out anyway, because rain, snow, sleet, or whatever decides to fall off, I still make sure that the issue gets out for everyone. So I have really, really enjoyed doing all of the things. Like I said, I'm having fun decorating my office, and I'm going to be putting this up because you have to balance work with aesthetic, because when you're in the office all day, this is absolutely something that makes it delightful to be here. Also, I want to work on learning how to make these videos a little more interactive, so that when I talk about things, I can actually show you the pretty pictures rather than just telling you, because I know sometimes it's like, hey, look at this. This is the thing I'm telling you about. Like, I could show you the awesome goldfish sticker that I was working on, because there's 12 stickers on the sticker sheet, and I could just put that on the screen. And hopefully at some point I will learn how to do that. So I find myself hitting the 20-minute mark. So I'm gonna stop right here and say thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening to what's happening here at HQ right now. And I will be back next week on Monday. So be sure to like and subscribe so that you can continue seeing the videos in this series. And as we go on, I am actually super excited to show you the building that my office is in, because this is, I believe this addition, the way it is, was built in 1967. It used to be a hospital, and it has not been remodeled in a lot of regards. There are some really cool existing features that are in this building, and I really, really want to show them to you, because I'm like, so if you're delighted by old architecture, I can't wait to show you those things. I also want to show you some of my favorite pieces that are in my office, and some of them are DIY, and some of them are hand-me-downs or thrifted finds or all sorts of things. I have a lot of fun stuff in the office, so I look forward to sharing with you as we go along and as we grow. As always, if you have any questions about me, about the magazine, about the headquarters, about anything that we're doing here, 100% drop them in the comments. As always, unless you're a jerk, because we don't suffer fools here. So I will see you all again next week. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe.